All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Doha Qatar Open, and we are watching the final, which is between FILS from France and Alcaraz, who is on a massive win streak. He's made another final in a row. I think he's missed, I want to say he's made 11 out of his last 12 is that right? He was 9 in a row, and he then lost one, and he lost early before a final, and then he made 3 finals after that. So what's that? 11 out of 12? 11 out of 12, he's made the final. No, 12 out of 13 of his last events, he's made the final. Anyways, crazy. 12 or 13. Yeah, I can count. It just takes me a little bit of time. That's crazy. That's crazy. So, let's see. Let's see what happens. Thank you, Laura. Appreciate it. Thank you. You missed a... Thank you. You missed some letters, but that's fine. Anyways, yeah. So, Alcaraz FILS is on a run. He's coming back for the first time. He had an injury second half of the year last year. So, yeah. Let's see what he can do. If FILS could win this, that would be remarkable. Thanks, Chad. Appreciate it, everybody. Thank you, Valentina. But let's see. Let's see what happens next. We know that we saw that Menchik, FILS beat Menchik yesterday. Alcaraz took out Rublev in a close one. Alcaraz has had some tough matches this week, and he's had to work for the final, so that's fun as well. And FILS has been very, very solid all week. He has had a couple of tough matches, but overall he has been very impressive. Promise I won't spam again. That's all right. That's fine. Arthur has to serve like Prime Sampras. He has to serve massive, yeah. He has to serve huge. Alcaraz is the most consistent player in tennis. Currently, yeah. For sure, right now. Right now, he is on a run. A run of a lifetime. We are locked in, yeah. By the way, this might be the final match of our 51-day streak. Which is a bit sad, because tomorrow we might not watch a match. It'll be the first time in 51 days that I won't be streaming. Which is weird that it's gone that long. But yeah, so I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. Let me have a look at the schedule, because that might change. If the schedule comes out and it becomes... yeah. We won't be watching in Dubai, because I'm not planning on watching any qualies. And that's it. So the streak ends with this match at 51 days. Don't worry, we'll be on a streak once we get to the French Open, because all the way from Indian Wells from Monte Carlo to Paris.
Happy birthday, Cam.
Hey, thank you, Trisha, for the $5. Appreciate that. Thank you for the donation. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Appreciate it. Well done, Cam. 51. I mean, 51 days is crazy. We probably have been on a 50-day streak before, but this is the first time ever that we've started the year off by streaming every single day for the season. Don't worry, though. We will be watching matches next week. We just won't be watching matches tomorrow. So the streak ends today. I hope you get to go out and see some sun and daylight. I did that today. I went out and saw bands. Went out and saw 3 bands today. That was fun. Yellow Card, Kiss Chasey, and Good Charlotte. By the way, chat, just out of curiosity, does anybody know when the Monte Carlo final is? In a couple of weeks? Asking for myself, actually. I'm guessing it's probably around midnight my time, but I can't remember. Y'all think FILS can win a set? That would be great. No, but it would be good if he did. Yeah, by the way, tomorrow we don't have any matches on because all the other tournaments start on Monday. So tomorrow the only tournament that has matches is... Oh, actually, no, that's not true. Delray Beach and Rio have matches, but we won't be watching those. I don't think. Maybe? Now, what's going on in Delray Beach? Delray Beach is starting to get a little interesting. Delray Beach, Paul versus Tien, Korda versus Kaboli. And then Rio. I mean, look, we might be able to watch Rio final. I don't know. It'll depend. If I wake up on Monday and the finals are about to start, we might watch them on Monday. But I don't plan to. I don't plan to. What's going on with... So wait, what's going on with the next tournament? Yeah, so Austin and Merida start on Monday. So that's not tomorrow. Yeah, so we maybe. I don't know. Probably not. I don't know. We'll play it by ear. Paul versus Tien looks good. Yeah, but that's today. That's coming up soon, isn't it? Like, that would count as today. Because it's going to be on at midday my time. Tomorrow, we might not watch anything. 23rd of February might be the day off. I could probably get a haircut. Eventually. Yeah, Sunshine Double's a big one. Why don't you do this Challenger to have a better betting info? Why don't you do this for Challenger to have a betting info? I have no idea what you just said. But I'm sure it was very important and I can't read. 8 p.m. Delray Beach local time. Yeah, that's... Wait, so where's the Monte Carlo final? Was the Monte Carlo final last year brought forward because of rain? Was that did they... Oh, wait. Yeah, so did last year Monte Carlo they brought forward, right? Because it was going to rain later. I think they swapped it with the doubles final, right? Doubles final will take place after. Yeah, due to the threat of heavy rain. God, chat, my brain sometimes works. What was the final time in 24 then? What was the actual final? Sunday final, 3 p.m. Monte Carlo. Okay. Interesting. Carlos will dominate 2-0. Okay. Something like that, yeah. All right. All right, cool. Good to know. I need to just know these things. Yeah, by the way, speaking of Monte Carlo, these guys played in Monte Carlo, and it was a really fun match. It was one of the best matches that Alcaraz played pre-Roland Garros. We're really one of the most interesting matches. One of the best 3-set matches of the year, some would say. Why don't you watch Challenger? Why don't you do commentary for ATP Challenger events? Well, to have a better info for live betting those, you'd get a lot of views. What? What are you saying? You want me to watch Challenger? Okay, what? You want me to stream Challenger events for live betting because people will watch those videos? I gotta be honest, I don't think they will. I don't think live bettors are watching me watch a match from a Challenger. Personally, I don't think so. Doing this a long time and it's not really. I don't think live bettors are gonna watch for Challenger events. They'll just watch by the way, you can watch Challenger events for free. on the ATP website, so I don't think you would. You don't even need me. You can watch it for free. Why would you need me? You can watch Challenger TV, which is free on the ATP website. So you don't even need me to do it. So yeah, I don't think we'd get 0 views because everybody would be watching the actual thing. Would you ever accept a betting sponsor? Yes. I've had a betting sponsor in the past. I have nothing against gambling or betting. Like gambling's obviously, like I gamble responsibly, but I don't have any anything wrong with, like I don't, it's you do what you do, but just make sure you stay safe. Yeah, I mean, we've had betting sponsor before. Rarely. We did it, I think I only had it like maybe twice, maybe. It was a long time ago, a couple of years ago. What's a product I won't sponsor? I don't know. One that I don't feel like is one that I don't use. Something that I don't use. I don't know. Something that I'm like, I don't think is cool, or that I don't use, or that I don't know. We don't get many sponsors because I don't really. It's got to work for the channel. It can't just be like some random ass like kitchen utensil or something. Hey, thank you, G. Appreciate it. But we are open to sponsorships. I think WTA should sponsor you. I think so too. I mean, look, yes. I think the WTA should also sponsor the channel. Yes. I think the WTA, we should have a WTA. If you're watching, please reach out. I'm open to chat to the WTA. Come on now. Come on, WTA. Yeah, give us a WTA. Give us a WTA promotional promotion because we promote it anyway. Why do you need the time for Monte Carlo? Do you plan to attend? No, I'm not going to Monte Carlo. I can't afford that. That's crazy. I can't afford to go there. I want to go. There's something on that night that I want to go to, but I'm not sure. If Monte Carlo final starts at midnight my time, then I can go to the thing that I want to go to. But if it's not, then I can't go to the thing. My prediction: I've gone Alcaraz in straight sets, a close straight sets. Alcaraz has left something in the locker room. He's running away. Yeah, I have some. There's something that's on that night that I'm like, that I want to go see, but I don't know if. I need to make sure the final, because the final takes priority, right? Monte Carlo final. Tickets are already sold out. Yeah, I'm not going to Monte Carlo. Probably ever, because I can't afford to. WT can't even upload decent highlights and want a sponsorship. Well, look, we're all trying. Okay. So Alcaraz has run off to the locker room to find something that he left in his locker, and FILS is ready to go. I'm interested to see how this goes. I feel like FILS could beat Alcaraz like Runa did it last year in... You mean the one in Barcelona? Yeah, I reckon too. I think so too. I think FILS has got a chance. I don't know if he'll do it today though. But I think FILS is one of the guys that Alcaraz needs to... Well, obviously needs to be wary of, because he almost lost to him in Monte Carlo last year. Nole plays in Indian Wells in a couple of weeks. It'll be nice to live in Monaco. You can attend all the tournament easily. Yeah, but it's also like nice, but then it's also really expensive. So I don't know. Trying means you change something, Cam. They just care about the quality of their highlights. What? I feel like WTA do. Do they really not do good highlights? I mean, I watch sometimes, but I thought the WTA was okay. They're all right, aren't they? I thought it was just the Grand Slams that had to do like short highlights that are not to everyone's liking. They do like a 5-minute highlight. The ATP obviously do better highlights for sure. They put in lots more. Cameras Pro Alcaraz. And even when I watch tennis live on TV, I still have you on the computer. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. That's the best way to watch the channel. Match on one screen. This on the other screen. Or this on, like, you put something else on the other screen and then put this in the background. I'll be the background noise. First set, Alcaraz 6-4, you reckon? Okay. The match in Monte Carlo was epic. Tennis TV posted extended highlights today on YouTube. Yeah, it was one of the matches of... It wasn't... When I went back and checked if it was one of the best matches of the year, it wasn't... It wasn't the best quality match of the year, but it was definitely a very tense match. Like, Alcaraz was on the brink of defeat in that match, for sure. But it wasn't the greatest match. Like, it wasn't, for quality-wise, it wasn't the best match. Like, there was a lot of errors. Both guys were not playing their best. But because they were both playing at a similar level, it was a very close match. So, what it lacked in, in quality, it definitely had the tension and the excitement of a close match. All right, both players on court. God, I tell you, if FILS wins this week has been a massive... This week has been a massive week for ATP tennis, with Sinner and Alcaraz both losing the first tournament outside the Oz Open. That is crazy. All right, they're doing the national anthem, and then we are go. You're in my headphones and match on TV. Nice. Do I watch cricket? No. The Lerner versus Tiafoe match was wild. Yeah, I heard so. I heard it was kind of crazy. I have you on the iPad and curling on the TV. Nice. By the way, chat, I don't know if John's still going, if he's still on, if John's still live. But if you want to watch Olympic hockey, John from Hot Take Hockey has been doing live streams. He does hockey live streams anyway, but he's been doing the Olympics, and I've been tuning in because he's because I know nothing about hockey, but he gets so fired up, and I love it. So go check it out if you haven't already. Let me try and find. I don't know. Is the hockey still going? I know I think it was. Is the hockey still on, or the medals are being given out? Oh no, the final is coming up soon. I think. Maybe. Yeah, go check if you want to watch the final, like a play-by-play hockey. Go check out John from Hot Take Hockey. Men's Olympic final 6 a.m. Sunday. Yeah, so he was doing what did I watch the other day? I tuned in because we've been live as well, so I haven't been able to watch. But I tuned in the other day. I must have been maybe it was for Czechia. No, it wasn't for Czechia. It was for I can't remember. I think it was Canada, and they won. They won in overtime. It was awesome. So go check him out. I'll be probably watching it later if the final comes up later. How do they decide who serves first? They flip a coin. Literally flip a coin. Or flip a iPad coin on an iPad. They don't flip an iPad. But is this an actual coin flip, or are they doing an iPad? Oh no, they're doing an iPad. Press this. Yeah, they press a button on a. It's like an app. All right. Alcaraz won the toss. He elected to receive. 6 a.m. Sunday, Canada time. So that would be, I don't know, what time is that in my world? I can't think. It's so lame. Look, it is what it is. I kind of think they should flip the coin and then give the coin to the person who's like there. Isn't that what they do? So then that person who gets the chance to flip the coin gets a piece of memorabilia along with the moment. I know they get photos and stuff, but like, isn't that cool? I mean, yeah, maybe there's like more fairness in 50-50, but who cares? I mean, what, somebody's going to rig it? How do you rig flipping a coin? Unless you like just drop it and it like lands like this. Like, how do you flip a coin and rig that? Isn't that the whole point? Isn't the whole point of flipping a coin because it's like, how do you rig that? Unless you have a two-sided coin, like a double, like two heads on this, like, double-headed coin or whatever. But like, how do you do that? That's the whole point. Is FILS a good player? Seriously, don't know he existed till now. Really? Yes, he's a very good player. Very, very good player. And is a very difficult player. And should be taken seriously. Heads I win, tails you lose. They don't have coins in Doha, only $100 bills. Ah. Okay. Makes sense. Honestly, I think they should play a point in the warm-up to decide who serves and receives. That's actually kind of fun. That's actually kind of cool. Chris, thank you for the 23 months. Appreciate that. Thank you for sticking around. All right. So Alcaraz elected to receive, and they're just warming up as we speak, and then we're going to get things started. How was the concert? So good. So good. It was so good. I know what I'm going to be listening to tomorrow. It was so good. But the coins they flip are not actually money. Well, yeah, exactly. They don't actually flip. They don't actually flip a actual currency, do they? They flip a. That's what I'm saying. Like, making coins for the tournament. I mean, how many coins do you have to make then, right? Yeah. Maybe only center court flip a. I don't know. How do they do the coin toss on the outside courts? Is there screens there too that they use the iPads and stuff? How much sleep did you get in the last day? Like 5 hours. I revised my prediction. Carlos in 3 instead of 2. Okay, that'd be fun. That'd be a fun way to end the tournament. I would love that. Why does Alcaraz always elect to receive? I don't know. Just maybe his preference. He'd rather let the other guy serve so he can hit some returns. Maybe, I don't know. You came back from the concert and didn't sleep? Yes. Because I got back from the concert and then I got back within 30 minutes later I had to stream. I got back at 1:30 and we had to stream at 2. Can't beat a good concert in the 90s. You needed only 15 pounds. Now it's 200 pounds. Well, yeah. Well, this concert I think was like Australian dollars. I think it was like 150. But I got to see 3 bands. One band that I really like and 2 other bands that I like. So it was like, it wasn't like I just paid $300 for one band. Plus also they were good. So it wasn't like, oh, I paid a lot of money and it was a letdown. Like, no, like I basically played 50. I went to 3 concerts that were at one venue. So that was cool. But it wasn't 15 pounds. All right. Here we go. Alcaraz versus FILS. Come on. Let's see if FILS can do what Menchik did to Sinner. Let's see if he's got what it takes to beat Alcaraz. He hasn't beaten either of them before. Let's see what he's got. He's going to serve first, FILS. Cam spent money. What? Well, no, actually, no. All right. Well, I did. When I got there, it was expensive. The food and drink there were not cheap. Hey, it's my birthday. Hey, sometimes you gotta treat yourself. Just once. Good band's worth every penny. Oh yeah. Kiss Chasey were great. Yellow Card was surprisingly awesome. I didn't realize how good they were gonna be. And then Good Charlotte was good. Better than good. Really good. Anyways, FILS wins the first point, 15 love. I've got Alcaraz in 3. Let's see if we can finish this tournament off with a bang. This week has been eye-opening in Doha because of the Sinner loss, because of FILS and Menchik doing well, but also because of Alcaraz. Struggling is not the word, because the guys that he's played, we know on paper are tough, but Alcaraz working hard. I think that's probably the better word, rather than saying struggling, because Alcaraz hasn't struggled. He's played a great tournament, but he's been challenged, right? And that's what's made it really interesting. If Alcaraz hadn't lost a set this week and like 6-4, 6-4 every day, then I would be like, oh, well, Alcaraz has cruised. But this week he's worked hard for this final. To get here, he's had to work. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Wishing happy birthday. Appreciate it. All right, 15-all. Serving the backhand of Alcaraz. Return is shanked into the backhand of FILS. Alcaraz backhand into the forehand of FILS. As Alcaraz forehand goes long. 30-15. 30-15. No honey deuces. Not at the nope. Not at the Good Charlotte concert, just Jack and Coke. 30-15. First serve is a fault, second serve. Second serve. Into the back of Alcaraz. Return goes back to FILS. FILS in the net, 30-all. If FILS has to serve well, he has to get that serve in. All right, 30-all. By the way, chat, they started with Good Charlotte. They started with The River. Pfft, that is a punch in the face song. Like, that is how you start a concert. With a smack to the jaw. Like, that was like, bang. I was like, what? It's crazy. You know that song. You know what's up. Anyways, back into the net by FILS. It's 30-40. Alcaraz with the break point already. Like, yeah, they started with The River, and I was like, whoa, I'm not ready for this roller coaster. I wasn't ready. 30-40. Alcaraz with the break point already. And FILS serves another fault. Second serve. As the backhand return goes in the backhand of FILS. Forehand from Alcaraz cross court. FILS gets it on the stretch, but he hits it wide. There's the break. Carlos 1 love. All right, first game is a break. Hey, thank you, Christine, for the 10 gifted. Appreciate that. Thank you for the 10 gifted. I love that song. Yeah, it's a great song. They started with The River, and then they went straight into Dance Floor Anthem. I Don't Want to Be in Love. And then, what do they do? I can't remember the third song. But they just went like 1-2 punch to start the set, and I was like, "What? What's this?" And then they finished. Did they finish with "Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous"? I can't remember exactly. I think, or was it? They finished with the anthem, I think.
Happy birthday, Mr. Williams, or as they say in my country, happy birthday.
Thank you for the 5. Appreciate it. Thank you, Azza. All right, as Alcaraz 15 love. 15 love. As we get a return now into the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from FILS. Goes long, 30 love. He's trying to make something happen, but all he's hitting his errors. 30 love. Nice. Thank you, everybody, for the nice birthday wishes. Appreciate it. 30 love. Second serve. As we do backhand return from FILS into the net. 40 love. I'll tell you, FILS will not be happy with this start already. He'll be pissed off at himself for this. We know that he doesn't like, especially when he'll probably feel like, well, Alcaraz hasn't done anything. I'm losing. He'll be pissed off that he's letting Alcaraz win. As the return now from FILS into the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from FILS on the stretch. Alcaraz, forehand. Down the line, but FILS is there with the backhand. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. To the backhand of FILS. Alcaraz forehand on the stretch. FILS. Forehand down the line. Goes long. And he's right, because Alcaraz really hasn't done anything except make FILS go for massive shots that he's missing. So it will be interesting. FILS, he's got to win this next game and get on the board as quickly as possible. But it is interesting that, we know that FILS, he's been forced to hit errors so far. Thank you, everybody, for the birthday wishes in all different languages as well. Appreciate that. Twin birthday or looks Ken? I have no idea what you just said. Anyways, forehand on the stretch goes wide by Alcaraz, and FILS gets the point. 15 love. FILS feeling nervous? Probably. Oh, okay. Thanks, Dutchie. All right, 15 love. All right, first serve is a fault. Second serve. As the return goes in, the backhand of FILS. Backhand slice from Alcaraz. The backhand of FILS. Alcaraz slice. Into the forehand of FILS is Alcaraz backhand. Cross court the backhand of FILS, and FILS overhits it. 15-0. $15. $15. We'll serve again for FILS. And the return goes out by Alcaraz, 30-15. 30-15. He hasn't played a final in a while, and it's understandable he's nervous. Yeah, for sure. As FILS gets the 40-15. Good serve. Shubham.
Happy birthday to the best tennis commentator, Cam Williams.
Hey, thank you for the $11. Appreciate that. And thank you for the nice words. All right. As Alcaraz misses the return and FILS takes the game. And he is on the board 2-1. 2-1. It takes a little time to get the rhythm. Yeah. And look, now it's probably settled the nerves a little bit, but he's given Alcaraz the lead, so that's the problem. That's going to be 12 straight wins to start the season for Alcaraz, only 4 behind Sinner 2024. In Indian Wells, he'll be the favorite and could make it 18 in a row. True. Random question. Why do you think Korda is a 2-1 favorite over Cobolli? 2-0 head-to-head, but it seems ridiculous money line. Probably because Korda's had a better start to the year than Cobolli. Cobolli hasn't been that good this year. And Korda's been pretty solid. Happy birthday, mate. You don't look a day over 21. Well, I'm not a day over 21. I'm multiple days over 21. Thank you. Alcaraz is strategically picking out FILS' backhand, yeah. And then when FILS gets a forehand, he's overhitting it and missing. Hey, Michael.
Happy birthday.
Hey, thank you for the $5. Appreciate that. Sucks.
You think they will go for 20 total games?
I hope so. I hope so. I think FILS has to win the first set to get to that, but then again, maybe a tiebreak could be enough. What's that voice? It's a pirate. Because we are now on a pirate ship. The Tennis Talk is a pirate ship. Azar, thank you for the 5 gifted. Appreciate that. And we're out there in the ocean just floating around. And we're all dressed up as like Rafa in 2005. Those 3/4 shorts and bandanas. As a return goes to the net from FILS. 15 love. Not often seen. It's cool. Yeah. FILS is just letting his hair grow until he wins a slam. Or that's something else. I think that's, I don't remember. Maybe it's not, someone else is doing that. Anyways, ace. 30 love. Hey, Dutchy, thank you for the 5 gifted as well. Appreciate that. A pirate's life for me. That's it. That's it. We used to have the David Attenborough voice. We did, and then it changed. Well, actually it wasn't. It was just like a narrator voice, and now it's a pirate voice. 40 love. Hey, Runa's there with somebody. Who's he with, chat? Who knows celebrities? Who is Holger Rune teaching tennis to? Or maybe just, talking tennis to. Because she might not know what she's... Yeah, who's Rune sitting next to? Anyways, 40 love. Yeah, who's the lady that Rune is sitting next to? As that goes out by Alcaraz, 40-15. It's his new girlfriend. It's his girlfriend. No. Okay, that's not what I asked. Hey, John, thank you for the 5. I'm asking, who is she? Is she somebody like famous, or is she it's not Angelina Jolie? I know who that is. Hey, lady.
Happy birthday, small token towards thrifting.
Thank you for the 5. I might actually go thrifting tomorrow. That's a good idea. Now that I think about it. All right, 40-15. Backhand rally. As FILS cross court, Alcaraz slices it long, and FILS wins the point, 40-30. She's not a celebrity. Why is Rune there instead of recovering? Oh God, don't do that. Why is Rune there instead of, being in the gym? It's like he's probably been in the gym all morning. When players do that to the... who said that? I think it was Eva Lee said that. She's like, her Instagram is full of photos and stuff of her going out and having fun. And then people comment on her and say, like, you don't train hard enough. It's like, what? Because I don't put training photos up? Let Rune have a life. Let Rune go out and have a life. Okay, so apparently she is... Luca Savannah Barrow? I think. Well, Rune follows her, so it must be. I don't know. Danish model. She's a Danish model. There you go. There you go. All right, Danish model. There you go. Good for Rune. Love 15. FILS serves again. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Return goes to front of FILS. Alcaraz forehand on the stretch. To the backhand of FILS. Crossed into the backhand slice of Alcaraz. Down the line of the front of FILS. Alcaraz forehand on the stretch goes to the net. It's 15-0. Nice hitting from FILS. Some people expect these players to train 24/7. Yeah. Them pictures behind you, Cam. Are those pictures? Did you just ask if these shirts are pictures? Is that what you just asked? Did you just ask if the things behind me are like pictures? What, did I print it off the internet? $15. As a return goes in the corner, facing the net. 15-30. Fernando Verdasco in the house again. He's been there all week. All right, 15-30. He serves. A fault second serve. Second serve, the back of Alcaraz. Backing it for Feast. Goes long. 15-40. Carlos cruising. 15-40. One looks like the RG shirt for Alcaraz. They all are from Alcaraz. Or for Alcaraz. All right, drop shot Feast, too good. 30-40. Of all the chats, mine gets commented on. Congratulations. No, somebody asked that yesterday. I don't know if you were just being funny or if you were actually asking. But also, like, looks like a flag to me. Oh, I thought you were just putting an image on the screen. I thought you were just saying that I printed off an image and like, what? Who would do that? That's crazy. Good serve, Feast. We get the deuce. No, somebody asked that yesterday and was like, oh, did you print all those photos off and put them in a frame? So I thought you were just like doing that. Bro, Pete, speak some tennis, please. All right. Tennis. 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 Forehand. Backhand. Tweener. Ball in the net by Feast. Advantage Alcaraz. Do you have any other jersey or just Alcaraz? No, I have a Nadal and Federer one here, and I've got another Nadal one on the way, which is a special delivery. And hopefully that rocks up next week, and I can put it on the wall. I'm excited. I won't put it on this wall. I'll probably put it on that wall. Anyways, Feast. Serves the back of Alcaraz. Return the forward to Feast. As the forward of Alcaraz on the stretch. Feast in control. Alcaraz with the backhand on the stretch. Feast with a drop shot. Oh, it's in the net, though. Not a bad idea, but just... you got to execute perfectly against Alcaraz, otherwise he makes you pay. All right. It is 4-1 with a double break in this final. Tennis Sangren, yeah. Is OG better than Feast? Currently, yes. Yes, currently, yes. You should set up a tennis court in your house? How would that work? I live in a basement. There's not enough room in my basement. Why are French already mad? Who's mad? By the way, to that guy that was asking a normal question, look, we're just having fun. Menchik could have challenged Alcaraz. Come on. Come on. You know that. You saw Menchik yesterday. He wouldn't have challenged Alcaraz today. He wouldn't have challenged Alcaraz today. He was too tired to challenge Feast. He wouldn't have had gas in the tank to challenge Alcaraz. Hey, Linear, thank you for the $10 super sticker. Appreciate that. Will Carlos maintain the same form in RG? Ask me that in 3 weeks. That's a question for the start of May. All right, first serve is a fault. Second serve. As a return, goes in the back of Alcaraz. Back in for Feast. Into the back of Alcaraz. Feast with a pass. Alcaraz with a drop volley winner. 15 love. Menchik has the potential to challenge Alcaraz and Sinner in the future. I mean, now he has potential to challenge them now. I mean, we saw that this week, didn't we? Look, if Menchik plays Alcaraz in the next tournament, He could, yes. I think if Menchik had to play the final, it wouldn't have been any different. I think Alcaraz would still be winning this much. Because Menchik was so tired yesterday. Like, he was stuffed. Stop calling it Sincaraz. It's Alcacinca. No. It's Sincaraz. Get over it. 30 love. As we return out of the forehand of Alcaraz puts it away, and it's 40 love. Well, currently it's Alcaraz. There's no Sinner here. So, this is Alcaraz match. I love Feast, but I'm sorry. Carlos is winning straight sets. Oh, yeah. Carlos has gone crazy. Sinner is sinking. Sinner's not even playing, and you're talking about Sinner? Do you love him? Is he your favorite player? Watching Alcaraz Feast. Sinner hasn't been in Doha for 3 days. He left. Sinner's gone. He's not here right now. Come back when he plays. Like, why are you shit-talking Sinner? He's not even here. Is Sinner your favorite player, or you just don't have a favorite player? You just don't like Sinner? Like, it's weird, man. 15 love. I tell you, there's some people out there that talk more about players they don't like than players they like. And that's weird, bro. Like, you gotta, like, if you like a player, you should be talking about them like they're the best player on earth. Instead of going like, I like Alcaraz, but I really despise Jannik Sinner, and I'm going to say so many bad things about him instead of praising Alcaraz, because tearing down Sinner is bad. It's like, bro, you get a life. If you don't like Jannik Sinner, talk about the players you do like. Don't talk about him. Leave him alone. He has nothing. You got nothing to do with him. Sinner's not play. You don't like Sinner? Talk about Alcaraz. Talk about who you do like. You don't like Alcaraz? I don't know. Get a hobby? 30 love? We'll come back next week? I don't know. It's weird, bro. Anyways, that goes out. 40 love. Face. Come out here to talk about Sinner. Sinner ain't even here. Sinner, they're not even here. You sound triggered? I am. I'm so triggered. I'm so triggered right now. I'm crashing out. 40 love. Someone answer my question. Is that a question? Did you ask? Was that? No? Yes. Maybe? I think someone answered your question. Anyways, Feast holds 5-2. Alcaraz was going to serve for the set. All right. Menchik needs Novak's diet to go to the next level. Seems to struggle with fitness. I mean, maybe. I mean, that wouldn't be a bad thing. But I think big men, right? Menchik is a big man, right? He's one of the big men on the tour. They take a little bit time. They can take more time to develop. You know, they get injured, right? Look at Hubie Hurkacz, right? He's coming back from injury. You know, there's a lot of big men that get injured or they develop late. So when they get into their early 20s, that's when we start to see the better version of them. But they also get injured because they're bigger. That's just how. I mean, Safin was somebody who did well to start, but then he had a lot of injuries, right? Big men they don't always do as well as the small. I mean, Alcaraz is what, 6 foot tall in shoes, and he's even had injuries, right? I mean, again, the big guys seem to be more injury prone early on, though. So Menchik, I mean, yeah, changing Djokovic's diet wouldn't be a bad thing, I'm sure, because his diet's very clean and healthy. But I think that it's not that simple. I think also, he just has to get a little bit older. Develop a little more, a couple more off seasons, and he'll be fitter than right now. All right, 5-2. Alcaraz serves for the set. Into the backhand of Feast. Return goes into the forehand of Alcaraz. Feast with the backhand into the forehand of Alcaraz. Feast with the forehand again. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. Feast again with a slice. Alcaraz forehand. Again to the back of FIS, into the forehand of Alcaraz. FIS on the stretch. As Alcaraz forehand goes down the line. FIS with a pass. Alcaraz with a half volley pickup. That's just too good. And Alcaraz says sorry. By the way, I want them to put the camera on FIS because Alcaraz is smiling. I don't want to see Alcaraz's smile. I want to see FIS's reaction. Because I don't think FIS is giving Alcaraz a round of applause for that amazing shot. Is he laughing? I don't know. Because Alcaraz is smiling as if like, sorry, I know I'm really, really good at tennis. FIS kind of giving him a look. Okay, FIS was giving him a smile. All right. Because I thought for sure, like, if they don't show FIS's reaction, it kind of looks awkward. FIS was kind of just like, oh, you got me there. 15-0. Yeah, Draper too. Need to... I mean, look, by the way, there is no formula for, like, players get injured at this time and then they don't get injured at this time. And if they, if they're 25, they're immune to injury. No. Players can get injured at any time in their career for their entire career or for half their career. They could get injured because of fitness. They could get injured because of flukes, like fluke incident, like freak accidents, right? There's a million reasons why different players everyone's different. They're different people. Anyway, 15-0. As we're back into the line of the forehand of FIS. FIS is wide. Alcaraz too strong. 30-15. Poor.
You're not a bad. Happy birthday, smiley face.
Now, I just want to. That sounded bad. Thank you for the. No. What I said. Thank you for the donation. You're not poor. Your name is Poor, as in like it's PAW. So anyone listening is like, did he just call that guy Poor? No. That's their name. Poor Meow is their name. I wasn't saying like you're poor that you didn't donate enough. That's not what I was saying. $2 is great. Like I appreciate every donation, as big as small. Thank you for the $2. I'm not crying them saying you're poor. I was saying your name is Poor. No, it's PAW. Anyways, FIS hit a smash winner and he survives one set point, 40-30. Because I'm sure someone's listening going, did he just say that person was poor? No, I'm not. Poor Meow, thank you for the $2 donation. That is very generous. Anyways, one set point saved because FIS hit a ridiculous shot while I was trying to explain myself. Anyway, set point number 2. FIS return, goes long, Alcaraz 6-2. That was in about 27 minutes? Whew. Alcaraz not mucking around. 27 minutes, 6-2 Alcaraz. Let's see if FIS can get off to a better start. All right. I tell you what, FIS is breathing super heavy. All right, having a look here. No break points against Alcaraz's serve. FIS saved 2, but lost 2 of the breaks, including the first game of the match, which was where it kind of ended. I mean, he started bad and it never got better. All right. How many winners was Alcaraz? What, 3 winners and 5 errors Alcaraz? 2 winners and 11 errors from FIS. So FIS was probably nervous too. All right, let's see if FIS can get off to a better start in the second here and make this competitive. This is the best chance. This is the best set Alcaraz ever played on a hard court. Maybe I don't know. He played pretty good at the US Open. Oh, you're great. Always know how to make us smile. Happy birthday. Wishing you all the good in the world. Hey, thank you, Lily. I appreciate that. Thank you, everybody, for the birthday wishes. Musetti was too good for Novak in the AO. Very unfortunate. Yeah, that was brutal. All right, first set in the bag. Carlos 6-2. And he is one set away from another title. 100 titles. Are you telling us how young you are today? Yeah, we all know. Well, that's common knowledge. Love 15. FILS has to win this game. Has to win this game. Has to win this game. By the way, Alcaraz is going for title number 26. As we get a forehand out of the backhand of Alcaraz. FILS with the forehand goes long. Love 30. Did I say that he had to win this game? Goran's like, bro, you have to win this game. Love 30. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. Return goes back into FILS. Alcaraz forehand. Again to the back into FILS as Alcaraz into the forehand of FILS on the stretch. Alcaraz forehand goes into the slice of FILS, but Alcaraz hit it too hard. And FILS hit in the net. And it's love 40. I'll tell you, chat, we used all the good matches up. We were too spoiled, chat. We flew too close to the sun. We had too many good matches, and then the finals have just been a reality check. Not every match can be amazing. And it was love 40. Yet everyone still thinks Sinner is better. I don't know if that's a narrative anymore. Like, who besides Sinner fans, who obviously are going to support him, who says that Sinner is better than Alcaraz? So we get it back in the net from FILS. Alcaraz one love. I think that, like, I mean, at least I know I've been saying, like, at their best, Alcaraz is better. Like, he has a better like a higher ceiling. I think that's just common knowledge, right? But remember last year, the story was, or the what do you call it? Not last year, but like up until last year, it was Alcaraz is better at his peak, but Sinner is more consistently good, and Alcaraz is like this. But I think last year proved that wrong because Alcaraz is constantly making finals. He's had like you can literally count the 2 bad matches he's played, right? Norrie in Paris and Goffin in Miami. They're the 2 bad matches. Every other tournament that he's played, okay, maybe he's had bad matches, but he's won. But they're the only 2 bad losses he's had in like 12 months. Since this time last year where he lost to Lehechka, he lost to Draper in Indian Wells, but Draper was on one back then. And then Miami, Goffin, and then after that it was just Norrie. Every other time he made the final, and he lost to Runa because he was injured. He lost to Sinner because he's Sinner, and that was it, right? All right, 30 love. So I think like 12 months ago, it was the conversation was Sinner is better consistently than Alcaraz, but Alcaraz is better at their peak. But now it's like Sinner's still better, still good consistently, but Alcaraz is much more consistent now with that level. So that's a scary thing. So I don't think anyone said that Sinner is better right now. I mean, if anyone's saying that, they're probably a Sinner fan, which is totally fine to support your guy. But I think if you're a neutral fan, Alcaraz is the better. Also, Alcaraz has all those titles and Grand Slams, and he's world number 1. Like it's hard to make a case for Sinner right now that he's better than Alcaraz. All right, FILS. He's in trouble again. And then Alcaraz with a return. Too strong. Love 15. Love 15. FIS serves again. Into the fault of Alcaraz. Return goes out. 15 all. As with a backhand return out of the backhand of FIS. Backhand up from Alcaraz. Into the backhand of FIS as Alcaraz gets the free point. FIS in the net again. 15-30. $15-30. As FIS hits it in the net again. Just too many errors from FIS. He's making too many errors. $15-40. First serve is a fault. Second serve. As with a backhand down the line from Alcaraz, that's a winner. 3-love. Oh, FIS has destroyed the racket. He has destroyed his racket. I think it was 4 smacks on the ground, and then he throws it into the ground. It bounces across the court, and then he folds it in half to place in the bin. I mean, that was an all-time racket smash. I think it took 4 or 5 smacks to the ground, and then he just went like this, and folds it in half. And that is how he's feeling. There's no hiding that. And that racket is useless now. It's just a souvenir. All right. Alcaraz just too good. And FIS didn't like that racket. We can only talk at the end of the year, but about who is better that year, we tend to talk too early in general. Yeah. What are you referring to? So it was 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and then he let it go on the 4th. So he let it go, and then it just went boing, 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 boing. And then he folds it in half and throws it away. That's frustration right there. That's, yeah. That's what Alcaraz can do to you. Goran's like, Novak beat him plenty of times. FIS is like, I'm not Novak. It is a tough ask for FIS, right? I mean, he's had a great week. He's been really, really good this week. He's made a final for the first time after an injury 6 months, right? And then you've got to play the best guy on the planet who is not doing this just to FIS, but he's doing this to Novak Djokovic. He can do it to Sinner at times. He did, Sinner at the US Open, he did it to him there. I mean, everybody on the planet has felt this Alcaraz's wrath, right? So FIS is just like, I've had a really good week, and then I had to play the final. So of course he's frustrated. He's played really well this week, and now he's playing the final boss of tennis at the moment. As with a flying out from Alcaraz, that goes out. All right, 15-0. And again, take nothing away from FIS. He's had a good week. Just don't watch the final. Don't watch the final highlights. There are none. They're all Alcaraz. Chris.
When in doubt, bet on Alcaraz when he wears green.
Doesn't he wear green all the time? He's wearing green a lot lately. Hey, thank you for the 5. There's Alcaraz, 30-15. 30-15. All right, serve in the back and a feast. Return, goes out. And it's 40-15. (40-15). Now Chris serves again to go to 4-love. As we to let. Serving to the back and a feast. Back, 4 now from Alcaraz. Into the back and a feast. Feast in the net. And it's 4-love. Alcaraz dominates. Do you think Jannik needs a stronger team? Maybe it's time for a change. No. Why is Feast there? Also retire, please. Why are you saying that? All right, 4-love. 40 minutes. Alcaraz serves. Into the Feast serves in the forehand of Alcaraz. The Feast with forehand down the line. As they go backhand to backhand. As Feast backhand again to the backhand of Alcaraz. Feast. Backhand again to the backhand of Alcaraz. Sliced. Into the backhand of Feast. Alcaraz backhand. Down the line. Feast with a slice. Alcaraz forehand. Into the forehand of Feast. As Alcaraz forehand again. Down the line. Feast backhand. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Sliced. Feast. Backhand again. To the slice of Alcaraz. Into the forehand of Feast. Alcaraz forehand again. To the forehand of Feast. As Alcaraz forehand down the line. To the backhand of Feast. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. Feast. Forehand, backhand cross court to the backhand of Alcaraz. Into the forehand of Feast. Alcaraz forehand again on the stretch. Goes cross court for a winner. I don't know why Feast kept hitting it to the forehand. He was definitely hitting it harder. Love 15. Love 15. Scary. As Feast serves. A fault. Serving the backhand. Alcaraz in the net. Ooh. 15-0. Feast serves again. As the return goes in the back of the Feast. Forehand now from Alcaraz. Into the forehand of Feast. Again, the forehand of Alcaraz. Feast can't get it. Alcaraz's forehand is too good. Alcaraz is doing US Open forehands. Like, he is not missing the forehand tonight. 15-30. Like, in this set, his forehand is just unplayable. 15-30. As Feast serves again. It's a fault. Second serve. Serving the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand it from Feast. To the backhand of Alcaraz. Alcaraz in the net. 30-0. I haven't even... My tea's still warm. All right, 30-0. Great week for Feast. I agree. Feast had a great week, and then he played Alcaraz. Same thing happened to Djokovic at Australian Open. Djokovic had a great tournament, and then he played Alcaraz, right? I mean, that is the story of the last 12 months. Musetti played great, then he played Alcaraz. Sinner had a great French Open, then he played Alcaraz. Right? I mean, you can place in so many... Taylor Fritz had a great week in Tokyo, then he played Alcaraz. Like, there's just so many times you can use this exact same quote until he played Alcaraz. Which takes nothing away from what Feast has done this week, except that he played Alcaraz in the final, and that was the downfall. But that's everyone's downfall. FILS gets on the board, celebrates like he won, and it's 4-1. Look, the comfort for FILS is that everybody has this happen. Like, Alcaraz in finals does this to most people. Like, he beats most people in finals. He's got a great finals record. So I guess the comfort is FILS had a good week, and that Alcaraz does this to everybody. So it's not like he is the only one that gets beat up in a final. A lot of players do. So that's some comfort, I guess. This is the final, yeah. What do you think it was? Second round? Everyone has been Alcarazed. Yeah. You've been razzed. Alcarazed. By the way, to the guy that said 20 games, no. Unless Alcaraz falls asleep, no. Sorry. Who knew that Alcaraz was going to play the best match of the week in the final? Oh, wait, it's Carlos Alcaraz. We should have all known that. We should have all realized that, oh, yeah, he was saving the best of the last match. He was playing good this week, and then he just went, actually, no. Again, Alcaraz was playing great this week. His opposition before the final were going crazy, and they were playing some ridiculous shots. Like, Rublev was playing well yesterday despite losing in straights. Hashnot played a great match. Rinderk Nesh could have got a set off Alcaraz. Roya played the match of his life. Still didn't get a set, but, played a good match. And this is the only time, and you can put that down to nerves or underestimating Alcaraz because he hasn't played him in 12 months. But, yeah, I mean, Alcaraz has been playing this well all week. It's just that his opposition have come out a little more aggressive and a lot harder work for Alcaraz. He's had to work a lot harder. 15 love. Yeah, Rublev did play great. He should have got a set there. If he had won a set. I mean, so did Hashnot, though, right? He played great, too. And FILS is the only opponent this week that Alcaraz hasn't had to, or hasn't tried to match Alcaraz, or at least gotten close to Alcaraz. Shubham.
This is so like Iga 2020 to quote it on WTA side. Everyone had a great tournament till they played Iga.
Yeah, that's true. And was she 22 at the time? Anyways, lob goes up by Alcaraz, but no, FILS hit it long. 40 love. Just missed. I'll tell you, chat, when we get to Indian Wells, we're going to start racking up those, we're going to start opening the history books and trying to figure out, okay, how many matches is Alcaraz going to win in a row before he loses one? Because Novak Djokovic, I believe, started a season until he went to the French Open and lost to Federer with something like a 40-match win streak, right? 42 matches.
Happy birthday, Cam.
Hey, thank you, Carmen, for the $2. Appreciate that. Was it 41? I think it was a 41-match win streak going from start of the year to Roland Garros semis. And I know we're a long way away from that because, we're only into the second tournament of the year for Alcaraz, but we do have to, point it out that there was a win streak not that long ago to start a season. There was a long win streak where Novak Djokovic just went, you know what, I'm not going to lose for a long time. And he lost in May. It took him almost 6 months to lose a match. And the dominance that Alcaraz has shown so far, it feels like, he nearly lost to Zverev because he cramped. That's the only time he's looked like he was going to lose, was when he started cramping against Zverev in the third set of that match in Melbourne. That was the only time that it looked like he wasn't going to win. Every other match he's played so far this year, he hasn't been, even this week, he's been pushed, but he hasn't been in trouble. He never looked like he was going to lose. And, besides Sinner in a final of Indian Wells and Miami, who's going to beat Alcaraz? Unless Alcaraz has a bad day like he does against some guys sometimes. Who's going to beat Alcaraz? Because he doesn't seem to want to lose. Good serve, FILS, 15-30. $15-30. All right, 15-30, 2 points away. Alcaraz with championship points. To take the title in like 45 minutes. And that's not even a joke. It's been about 45 minutes. All right. FILS serves 55 minutes, maybe. Anyways, forehand now goes in the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from FILS. Down the line. Alcaraz with a slice. FILS comes in. Forehand straight to Alcaraz. It's a parting shot winner. And that's how you win a title. FILS hit the hardest forehand of the day. Straight to Alcaraz, who ripped it cross court. And FILS had a good week until he played Alcaraz. He learned who the best player on the planet is firsthand. I mean, that was a school. That was a schooling. That was a lesson. He got taught. It was a reminder. He has played Alcaraz before, but it was a reminder of who is the best. Who's the king? 3 games, 50 minutes. 50. That could be Alcaraz's quickest win in a final. It could actually be Alcaraz's quickest win ever. Because I don't think he's won too many super quick matches like that. I mean, was that Alcaraz's quickest win ever from start to finish? Because there's obviously been retirements. That would have been maybe quicker. But that's got to be Alcaraz's quickest win ever. So, yeah. That was, oh my God, chat. That was the quickest Alcaraz victory ever that I can see that's been recorded. His fastest win before this was Grigspor in Beijing 2 years ago, where he won in 56 minutes, and it was 6-1, 6-2. He has won matches against guys who have retired, so that doesn't count. 46 minutes, 23 minutes, but that's because they retired. This was Alcaraz's fastest victory of all time. And it was in a final against a guy who's played well this week. What are we, like, he's just getting better. Like, he's just like, okay, now I'm just going to do, for my next trick, I'm going to win this tournament. I'm going to have some tough matches, and then I'm going to put my foot down to the final and win the fastest match I've ever won in the final. So that's what I'm going to do now, is I'm going to win faster than I've ever won before today. So, you're welcome. Money well spent for the tournament, I guess. Probably not, though, because that final was less than an hour. Probably not money well spent. And that puts him on, a 12-match win streak? His longest win streak, by the way. Alcaraz's longest win streak. Currently. By the way, don't forget to subscribe if you're leaving. Alcaraz's current longest win streak so far was a 24-match win streak last year. Starting from Rome and going all the way to the Wimbledon final. So 24. So he's doubled. He has to double this. But Indian Wells would be the favorite. Miami, we'll see what happens. Jay.
LFG Carlos, WTF. Dude left his best for the final. He struggled throughout the week, but did it under an hour. So happy and proud of the dude. Where's JCF talk now? Thanks, Cap.
Yeah, I mean, Juan Carlos Ferrero is a distant memory. Thank you for the 5. Appreciate it. By the way, 14 winners, 8 errors from Alcaraz, 9.7 performance rating to a 7.5 FILS. So FILS played okay. Alcaraz played near perfect. Didn't face a break point. Didn't get broken. 3 winners, 19 errors FILS. So FILS definitely helped the score with those errors. But man, oh man, what a ridiculous final that only Alcaraz could put on. So yeah, Alcaraz is still a fair way from his best win streak, but this might be his second best win streak all time. He has 8, 10 plus win streaks, but this might be, well, it's got to be climbing up to one of his better win streaks. And again, like I said, Indian Wells he's going to be favourite in Indian Wells. And if he wins that, what's that? 19 match win streak, and then he goes to Miami, and we start seeing where, if anybody can trouble him there, because nobody's going to beat him on the clay. If we go to Monte Carlo, give him the title. Why do people feel bad for spectators? Try a boxing fight that's got a first-round KO. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah. Also, they got the doubles final too, so I mean, it's not like they didn't get to watch 2 matches. Unless they rocked up late. Upsets are possible. Look, Alcaraz can put in a bad day. We've seen that. But, I mean, don't bank on it. Hey, Donna, thank you for the $5. Appreciate that. Like, Alcaraz can play bad. He had bad matches. He played a bad match against Norrie last year. He played a bad match against Goffin last year. He's played some bad matches that he has won as well in those times. But again, the worst strategy is to hope he plays bad. Like, that's a terrible strategy. I'm going to go play Alcaraz, and I hope he plays bad. Good luck, because he doesn't usually play bad. Also, he plays bad against certain kinds of players. Like, Norrie is a consistent pain in the ass for Alcaraz. He's beaten Alcaraz before. He's pushed him before. So Norrie, it might not be that Alcaraz had a bad day against a bad day. It might be because he played Norrie, which is a bad matchup or an awkward, weird matchup. Goffin is another, player that maybe annoys Alcaraz because he can just get the ball back so many times. Yeah, look, Fognini, pushed him at Wimbledon, right? But again, he won that match, so I mean, we don't really remember the matches that matches he won close. But the bad losses, there've been 2 in the last 12 months. But the bad matches by Alcaraz are getting less and less, is what I'm getting at. It went from he could put in a shocking performance unexpectedly, but that's not happening as much now. Like, he's not playing bad as often. Not that he played bad anyway, but and this week, he lost some sets, or he had some tough matches this week. But again, that was because the guys going into those matches knew exactly what they had to do and hoped for the best. And they played red line tennis, and it still wasn't enough. And Alcaraz played good. I mean, Alcaraz played, I would say probably played, well, I mean, his best match was today, obviously. But I think he's played some better tennis this week than that.
Let's go, King Carlos, my go.
Hey, thank you for the $2, Chris. Appreciate it. I think Alcaraz was like when he started to get tested against some of the guys earlier in the week, that was when we saw better Alcaraz. And today he played ridiculously good, but it's because the other guys this week made him play that well in the first place, right? Like, he had to raise his level against Rinderknecht in the first round. He stayed up there. And then he played FILS up here. And FILS was like, I wasn't ready for that. If that makes sense? The only time he played bad was when he played Zverev, and that was because he was cramping. Tommy Paul had some chances, but again, after the first set, not really. Demonor first set was competitive, not really after that. Norrie match was a anomaly. Ruud got a set off him in Tokyo, but then he came back to win. Fritz beat him in the Laver Cup, but he got revenge over Fritz in Tokyo anyway. And that was with I think he had a bad foot didn't he have an ankle problem that week? US Open, phenomenal. Didn't look like he was in trouble at all. He lost a set, but it didn't look like he was losing. Cincinnati, Rublev pushed him. Wimbledon, obviously, he lost in the final, but Fritz almost took him to 5. Fognini did take him to 5, but he won anyway. there were some times at Queen's Club he looked a little bit off because you could say because he went from clay to grass, but he still won. Musetti pushed him in Monte Carlo until he got injured. That was one of the last times Alcaraz, against somebody other than Sinner or Djokovic, kind of looked like, after the first set against Musetti, it looked like Musetti was going to win, but then Musetti got injured, which has been a story. Rome, he was fine. Runa beat him in Barcelona, but we know that he had the leg issue that week, or that day. And then, Miami got fine. And then Draper beat him in Indian Wells, but Draper was on one back then, in that time. Lehechka beat him here last year. But it was weird, because when Sinner got banned, a lot of players started playing bad. Like, he got off the tour, and then Alcaraz and Zverev just started to freak out because they could, because of the number one was on the line, right? And those guys started to play bad all randomly because the opportunity maybe arose. But, yeah, it's weird. It was weird when Sinner got banned for 3 months. How it took everybody started to play terrible. Djokovic played terrible as well. Indian Wells, he went out early, and Miami, like he just played shocking at those tournaments. He played shocking in that absence too. Anyways, Queen's Cup was because he was coming back from Ibiza. Exactly, yeah. He was hungover. Sinner is out of the convo right now. What do you mean? What convo? Djokovic beat Nadal 1 and 2 here. One of his most dominant matches ever. And then Alcaraz did the same thing, and it was one of his most dominant. Yeah. Madness. Love to see that Fanini match. Can't find it anywhere. I'm sure Wimbledon posted it. Sinner fans are sad today. Why? I don't think Sinner fans are even here. That's why is Sinner fans don't give a shit about this final. They're not here. Sinner haters are more concerned about what Sinner's doing than Sinner fans. Sinner fans are like, he lost. Okay, we'll come back when he comes back. But Sinner haters are like, super obsessed with Jannik Sinner. Like, you're more of a fan, and you know more about what he's doing than you probably know what plane he got on after he lost in Doha. Whereas the Sinner fans are like, all right, well, tell me when he plays again. Like, the Sinner haters are just just like, he's not even here, and you're like, where is he? He's not here. He lost. There is no Sincaraz anymore, Cam. He's washed. What, Sincaraz is washed? Alcaraz just dominated in the quickest final ever. What are you talking about? Alcaraz wins all Grand Slams this year. That would be something special. And he would do that. Like, he is him. Like, if anyone's going to win a career slam, a calendar slam, it's going to be Alcaraz, right? Because he's done everything else. Right? He's done every other thing. He's reset the record books already. So, I mean, of course, he would be the one. By the way, all right. For all those, like, people that are saying Sincaraz over, they haven't played. Like, Sinner versus Alcaraz is this. I think, like, Sincaraz is Sinner versus Alcaraz. Like, it's not. Like, Alcaraz is the most dominant player right now, right? Sinner is having more troubles than he was last year to start the year. It's only 2 tournaments in, right? Sinner's played 2 tournaments and he's lost 2 close matches, all right? Let's not pretend like Sinner has lost first rounds in the last 5 events, right? He lost to Menchik in a close one. Menchik played off his face. And also he lost to Djokovic in 5. So let's give Sinner a little bit of a slack here. Yeah, okay, he wasn't losing to Djokovic 12 months ago. But Sinner's not like completely out of the top 10, never coming back. He sucks now. Like, that's not true. He's lost 2 close matches. Alcaraz has obviously gone further ahead of him, right? Him and Alcaraz have separated. But Sincaraz is still a thing. Because Alcaraz did his part by winning the Australian Open. And Sinner and Alcaraz have won the last 9 Grand Slams. I mean, Sincaraz is still a thing. Even if Alcaraz has won more slams, over like 5-4 Sinner, right? It's still Sincaraz. Also, Sinner versus Alcaraz. We haven't seen that yet. And look, Alcaraz fans that are shitting on Sinner, he did beat you last time. So Sincaraz is still a thing. It's just that Sinner hasn't had a good start to the year compared to Alcaraz. But I wouldn't put... Okay, so who's the second best player in the world then? If it's not Sinner, who's the second best player in the world? Next is the Olympics for Alcaraz? Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, obviously that's on the list. Sinner, yeah. Anyways. Sinner's a champion. We're mainly not used to seeing Sinner lose matches before finals. Yeah. Like, he hadn't lost to Djokovic in a long time, so that was a surprise. And he hadn't played Menchik, so we didn't know what to expect from that. But and look, I'm not out here going like, Sinner's better than Alcaraz, right? I'm with you. Alcaraz is better than Sinner. He's got 7 slams. Sinner's got 4. That's a big difference. Alcaraz number 1. He's got more titles. There's no way that I'm not picking Sinner over Alcaraz right now. But when they play each other, and they will, hopefully at Indian Wells or Miami, then we'll have a fun conversation that day. But I just feel like people are just like throwing Sinner out like he's dropped out of the top 20 all of a sudden. So Sinner's still second best player in the world by a long way. Just had a bad start to the year. He made a semi-final, quarter-final. He just hasn't had the start of the year that we're used to seeing over the last 2 years, where he won the Australian Open, and then last year he didn't get to play this tournament. But he won. Did he win Rotterdam after winning the Australian Open in 24? Yeah. So we're just not used to seeing Sinner come into Indian Wells with 2 losses and no titles. That's a first for a while. Why am I trying to reason with people that are not reasonable? I'm talking to the unreasonable. Anyways, for those who are neutral or those who are Sinner fans, if you're here, yeah, I mean, it's not as bad as some of these people in the chat are saying. Do you think Carlos is most likely to get calendar slam this year than not? I hate talking about this because if we talk about it now, he won't win the French. We're going to talk about calendar slam. I'll say this. There's only 2 players in the world that can win the calendar slam this year. Raducanu and Alcaraz. That's it. No one else can win the calendar slam. But when we get to Wimbledon, midway through Wimbledon, let's talk about calendar slam. Second week Wimbledon. Quarterfinal, Manic Monday at Wimbledon. Let's talk about calendar slam then. I don't know what day that is. It's probably like start of July. That's when we talk about calendar slam. If it's still there. Talking about it now is crazy. Sinner was 1 point away from winning the French, right? Sinner won Wimbledon, right? So, I mean, this we haven't even seen Alcaraz play on clay once yet. Let's just all wait. Because otherwise he's going to look... Because, by the way, Alcaraz fans, for those who are want to talk about calendar slam already, if you start saying these things now, all the Sinner fans that are hearing you talk shit right now are going to talk shit if he doesn't do it. That's how this works. If you are going, oh, Cam, what about the calendar slam? What about... And then Sinner beats Alcaraz at Roland Garros, all those people who are here right now that are sitting around or hiding around, or even if they were here this week and hearing all you guys talk shit, they're going to talk so much shit back to you if he doesn't do it. Even if he loses to not Sinner, they're going to come at you. So let's just wait. Let's just wait till Wimbledon, and then we can start talking about it, all right? Let's just wait. Just wait, please. For the love of God, wait. Wait for Alcaraz to get to Wimbledon halfway to the calendar slam before we start saying anything. And I say halfway through Wimbledon because if we say it at the start of Wimbledon, I mean, if he doesn't do it now, you know who I'm blaming. I'm not taking the blame. I know who I'm pointing at. All of you guys asking. So don't ask me anymore. If somebody else asked me this before July the 4th of July, Independence Day in America, if somebody asked me before that, I'm not, I'm ignoring you. Sunshine Double is next possible target? Yes. Sunshine Double is what Alcaraz should be focusing on. Because he hasn't done that yet. And that is something, that is an achievement. Like, that is a side quest, but it's still an achievement. All the great players, most of the great players have done that. Sunshine Double is something that the greats do. So that's what you should be focusing on next, Alcaraz fans. You'll be focusing on him ticking off that achievement. He should win Indian Wells based on what he's been doing. Indian Wells is his tournament. Miami is the interesting one because Miami is the one that he has won before, but also that one gets tricky. But yeah, that's what you should be doing. Can he win the Sunshine Double? That's the focus. And that's literally the next tournament. So you should focus on the next tournament. Take it one tournament at a time, chat. I know it's a cliche, but it's true. Wouldn't be surprised Sinner does the Sunshine Double. I mean, look, I think now that we haven't had a Synchronized final since November, and I know I've been like, oh man, I don't want to see Synchronized finals all the time, right? Of course I don't. Synchronized finals all the time. If we had Synchronized finals all the time, then we wouldn't appreciate them. Now that we haven't had Synchronized for a while, as in like a couple of months, which is a while because usually they play every week, if we get a Synchronized final Indian Wells, that's going to be very good to watch because I think now there's obviously questions around Sinner, right? Because he hasn't done the best. He hasn't started the best. He hasn't had the best start of the season compared to last year and the year before. But also, people are asking the question, well, who can beat Alcaraz? Because the last man to do it is Sinner. So to have them play in the India Wells final where Sinner has lost both matches they played there in the semis before, I think quarters and semis or semis and semis. Either way, Indian Wells is Alcaraz's place. Like, that's his house, right? Draper knocked him off last year, but Alcaraz won the 2 times before, and that's Alcaraz's tournament, right? Indian Wells. It's a slow court and it's a hard court. Like, that is the perfect combination for him right now. That is going to be fun. If we can get a synchronized final Indian Wells, I think Miami would be fun too, but I think in Indian Wells, they've got history there, like, that Sinner hasn't been able to beat him on that court. That'll be interesting. So now that we haven't had Synchronized would be very... Not that we need Synchronized, because we've had so many other things come up over the last couple of months and that have been really interesting, but I think it's time for Synchronized. Like, if we're going to get one Synchronized match in March or in the next couple of months, I think Synchronized Indian Wells is more interesting than Synchronized in, Monte Carlo or Synchronized in Madrid, right? I think Synchronized in Indian Wells, that's... Because I think if it's on clay, it's advantage Alcaraz, right? But if it's on a hard court, that is... I know that Alcaraz has won the hard court matches, but I feel like it gives Sinner a better chance if it's on the hard courts than it has been on the clay. So I'm interested to see that. Indian Wells, I just think that they've got some history there, and I think that would be really fun to see a Synchronized final there, especially if Alcaraz is on this massive win streak. I mean, the Miami final would be pretty cool too if Alcaraz beats him in Indian Wells and they play again in Miami, like Sunshine Double, Synchronized Sunshine Double, that would be fun. I mean, I wouldn't say no to that. They've also played an epic match in Miami before. Anyways, Draper will and can beat him. Okay, well, they've just got to play the same tournament, and then we can see if that happens. Sinner wants that Korea Slam bad, so Roland Garros this year is Sinner's. Yeah, and I will say this as well. And again, Alcaraz fans, don't get mad, but he hasn't been able to win 3 tournaments in a row before. And he's had a couple of opportunities where he's won 2 in a row, and then the third time he's faltered. So to win a third Roland Garros in a row, also the fact that there's that Rafa comparison that like the last player to win 3 in a row probably was Rafa, that's going to be a lot of pressure. So like, I'm not saying that he can't do it. I mean, if he's going to do it at the place where Rafa dominated, makes kind of sense that he could do it there. But he's never done a three-peat. He's had chances. He had chances in Wimbledon last year, right? He had chances in where else did he have chances? Barcelona, I think, last year, right? Was it last year Barcelona? Maybe I can't remember. There was a couple of opportunities that he's had three-peat. Indian Wells last year, that was on a three-peat, right? So to go to Roland Garros on a three-peat hasn't been good for Alcaraz. He hasn't been able to complete the job, especially because there's going to be so many comparisons to Rafa straight off the bat. Everyone's going to be saying Alcaraz is trying to win 3 in a row, first man since Rafa, right? He's going to get that. That's going to be throughout the tournament. So, yeah. So again, I'm not like Alcaraz fans don't get mad, but winning a third French Open is going to be, if history repeats, it's not going to be easy for Alcaraz because it hasn't been easy for him to win 3 in a row. I think he had Rio too. Was he? Oh, did he win back-to-back Rios? Did he? Yeah. There's been. I mean, Queen's Club was this. Oh no, Queen's Club he won 1 and then lost 1 and then won 1, right? Madrid didn't do a three-peat. Yeah, he won 2 in Madrid and then he lost. Then he lost to Rublev, right? Yeah, but again, so that's just something to consider. Like, it's not saying that he can't win 3 in a row because he will win 3 in a row somewhere. But it's just to think like, okay, well, if he struggled to win 3 in a row multiple times, because that is a hard thing to do. I mean, I think we underestimate the three-peat. I've said this before. Sabalenka struggles too. Like, I think we underestimate winning 3 in a row as a big achievement. Swiatek did it, and we went, oh, she did the thing that like everyone can do. No one can do. It's not easy. 3 in a row is not easy. Pegula won 2 Canadas, couldn't win the third, right? And she lost to Sevastova, who was not even in the top 100 or 300 or something. So winning 3 in a row is a lot of pressure, even though it doesn't feel like. I mean, it is. I mean, look at every other sport. Three-peats are a thing. So we've got to keep that in mind. Yeah, Swiatek's the only one to three-peat at RG lately, yeah. And also she did in Doha. I don't know who else has three-peat lately. But yeah, just something to keep in mind going to those any tournament that he's won 2 in a row. Just remember that stat that I just mentioned, because yeah, it's not an easy thing to do, and Alcaraz has had opportunities. Yeah, I mean, Italy won 3 Davis Cups in a row. That's true. That is true. I forgot about that. Yeah, true. I wouldn't be surprised if Sinner wins RG and Alcaraz wins Wimbledon. Yeah, I mean, I could see that too. I'll tell you, though, it will be interesting with Sinner because he came into Rome having a 3-month ban, right? So he came into Rome maybe not fresh. I mean, he's fresh, but maybe underdone, and then he went to Roland Garros and he made the final and almost won the whole thing. It will be interesting to see what Sinner is like once we get to the clay now, right? Because he's going to play 3 tournaments before the clay. And then by the time we get to Roland Garros, Sinner would have played, if he plays all these tournaments, he would have played 6 events that he didn't play last year, right? Doha, Indian Wells, Miami, Madrid, Monte Carlo. So 5. He would have played 5 extra tournaments that he didn't play in 2025. So, and I know some people were saying that, like, oh, well, Sinner was the reason why he did so well, at Wimbledon, and why he played well at the end of the year was because he had that 3 months where everybody else played. Maybe that's true. We'll find out, because if Sinner does struggle more at the end of Roland Garros or during like Rome, because he's played those extra tournaments, that might be a thing. Because up until, remember last year, he played Australian Open and then he didn't play for 3 months. And then he played Rome and it basically restarted the tour, right? For him. So, yeah, I mean, we got to see how Sinner looks once we get to those tournaments. But it would be interesting if he won Roland Garros and he wins that career slam, and then we go to Wimbledon. Yep, Alcaraz playing Indian Wells next in a couple of weeks. Indian Wells starts in, I think, 10 days. The 4th of March, but he won't play until the Friday or the Saturday. So he won't be. He gets a day off because he gets a bye in the first round, like all the seeds. But again, we can't talk about Roland Garros either, because we haven't seen any clay court matches from the players that are contenders at Roland Garros. So it's, again, we're looking too far ahead. We're looking way too far ahead for some of this stuff. And then we're going to miss out on what's happening now. Like, Alcaraz just played the quickest match of his career. The quickest win of his career. Or loss. He hasn't lost this quickly either, but he just played the quickest match of his career. So, and he won a title by doing that. So, thanks, Dutchie. Appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your birthday. Thank you, Elaine. Appreciate it. Oh, he is winning 3 in a row. Can you not get angry? I said, please don't get angry. I asked nicely. I think Alcaraz can win 5 or 6 Wimbledons in a row and break Federer's record. Okay. Well, I mean, sure. But also, like, based on what? Based on... that's okay. He's got to start from 0 again because he lost last year. Also, Sabalenka couldn't 3-peat in Australia. Exactly. It's not easy. 3-peats should not be underestimated. They are hard to do. What are my plans for the rest of my birthday? Great question. I don't know. I might go to sleep, wake up. If it's raining, I might stay inside. If it's not raining, I might go outside. I don't know. Yeah, 3-peat is winning 3 of the same title in a row. So winning the title 3 years in a row. The same place. Your birthday's near mine. Nice. Happy birthday. There's boxing later if you're into boxing. I might tune into that if it's on. But yeah. So now, we might, I don't know. We might watch the Delray Beach final tomorrow. I don't know. I'm not planning on it, so don't hold me to that. But we will be watching sporadically Dubai and Acapulco next week. We're not going to be watching it. I don't plan to watch it, from start to finish. But there will be times when, matches make sense to watch, right? Like if Draper and Rublev play the quarters, we're going to watch that. If Menchik plays Bublik, we'll probably watch that. FAA versus Medvedev in a semi. Definitely won't watch that because I swore we would never watch that. In Acapulco, the draw's not even out, so I don't even know what we're going to watch. But, Zverev is playing, Demonor's playing. So again, we will tune into these tournaments. We might watch the finals next week. Like next weekend, we'll probably watch the finals of those tournaments. But next week, considering that we've watched tennis every day of the year so far, I'm going to not watch tennis for maybe 2 days. Unless something comes up over the next 2 days and I'm like, ooh, we should watch that. But there's nothing to watch tomorrow because tomorrow, the finals of Rio, the final of Del Rey, and then nothing is happening in Dubai except for qualifying. So yeah, you should watch the early rounds, first rounds only. I just said I don't want to. I'm not doing that. But thank you for directing me in that direction. Badminton's a good game. Have fun playing badminton. Enjoy that. Happy birthday. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, Path, for sticking around since 500 subs. That's crazy. Thanks for sticking around. Please make a draw video of Acapulco, Dubai. Maybe. I might do that later. It's my birthday. Do I really have to make videos today? It's my birthday. Do I have to make a video today? Go to sleep, Cam. You look old. Yeah. Thanks. Kaboli quarter starts in 20 minutes. Well, enjoy that match. I hope it's a good one. Yeah, if the Acapulco draw comes out later, I might make a couple of draw videos later. But not right now. I'm not doing them right now. Alcaraz will win 6 Wimbledons in a row. Yeah, you said that. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. You can make draw videos anytime you want. Please do that. Will be very helpful. You're the only one who's like harassing me to make videos. Like I said, I might make videos later. I don't know. Like, can I have a break? Yeah, I'll be back in like. Look, I can't help myself. I'll probably be back in like 2 days. Cam, what do you think Alcaraz needs to improve if he wants to win the calendar slam? I'm not. I don't understand that question. I'm not answering it. Have a nice meal and wine for your birthday. Rather than make videos. Thank you. Appreciate it. Man City's playing. Good for them. Do I look like a Man City fan to you? Yeah, please take 2 days off. Yeah. Looking old, Cam, too many wrinkles. I mean, that's the plan. I mean, that's the idea of getting older. You do have that happen. Ashwin, by the way, Ashwin, why have you got a profile picture of a random ass dude? Is that who you want to be? Is that what you haven't? Is that your profile picture? Like that's the man that you want to be. And you're coming at me for wrinkles, and you've got a profile picture of a painting, and you're coming at me for wrinkles. I don't know if I should take offense from somebody who is a painting. But look, you do you. You got this. You got this. You get that jawline that guy has on that painting. Like try you got this. You just, I don't know how you get a bigger jawline. I'd maybe get surgery, but you got this, right? You got this. Also, why is your name Patrick Bateman? Are you okay? Wild. Make a birthday video and eat some cake. Yeah, look, I might make videos later if they come out. If the videos come out. You don't have any wrinkles. Chad is messing with you. That's just one guy. But thank you. Appreciate it. I mean, I look at myself in the mirror every day because I have to, because I have mirrors in my house and I see them. So I know what I look like. Have your butter chicken for dinner. That's actually on the menu, to be honest. Random information, Babadi played in 1 point to win event in SH, and I met her. Oh, nice. Cheesy garlic naan bread. That's it. I'm having that. That's a birthday meal. That's a celebration meal because I didn't get to have it after the AO. Thank you, Tamora. Appreciate it. Kaboli likes football. Hey, good for him. Tennis is so stale now. We need some new contenders for titles. Okay. We'll watch WTA then. All right. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out. Chat. It's been great. 51 days in a row. It's been great. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining. Don't forget to come back. Well, yeah, actually tomorrow I probably will do draw previews. Now that I think about it, I'm like, rankings video will be coming out Monday. And like I said, Dubai, Acapulco, maybe even some of those WTA events we might tune into at times next week. I haven't planned it, but we'll just see what happens. I don't want to stay up all night if I don't have to. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, 51 days. We'll keep that. We'll try and beat that streak later in the year because I'm sure that we're going to have to, especially on the clay courts. But Alcaraz is just too good at tennis. I mean, nobody can beat this guy. Nobody can play this guy. Like, what are we doing? 2-1. He's playing tennis on a level that nobody is able to match. We've seen at levels like this before. Players have played this good before. Players have been this dominant before. But no one right now knows how to beat the Alcaraz game. He's unbeatable. He's unbeatable. FILS. He had a good week. And then he played Alcaraz. 2-1. Alcaraz wins. 2 titles to start the year. 12-match win streak. He's gone to Indian Wells. And I'm going to bed. Bye. Oh, and thank you everybody for the birthday wishes. Appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate the birthday wishes. And I appreciate all the donations that have come through because of the birthday. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, now I'm leaving. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I'll see you guys soon.